I'm Paulina Leiser, producer of Focus Today. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure to check our other videos at theDove.us.
Welcome back, and what a delight to have with us today Debby Benson. She's a speech pathologist and behavioral specialist, founder of Kid Helps Professional Diagnostic and Treatment Service, and we're here to talk to her about that. Nice to see you, Debby. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Perry.
So what is it you do?
Oh, boy. That question wasn't supposed to be there.
No, I just...
Okay, do you have about 4 years?
Yeah.
Well, specifically at this point in my career, and this has been true for probably the past 25 years at least, I work with children and adults with neurologically based disorders, especially autism and ADHD, apraxias, but my practice now is primarily kids and adults with autism.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what you do with Kid Helps primarily?
Yes.
And people need to get a hold of you. It's behavior-communicationsupports.com. Is that correct?
That's the website.
That's the website.
Right.
So it's behavior-communicationssupport.com. So what do you mean by challenging behaviors?
That's the title of the in-service that I'm doing tomorrow, Understanding Challenging Behaviors. And by that, well, let me first say what a behavior is.
Yeah.
A behavior is anything that we do. Right now I have a gesturing behavior. So when we talk about a behavior with a child or an adult, we're really talking about anything they do. That is not necessarily a negative. We tend to think, oh, my child had behaviors today. Well, we all do. A challenging behavior, which is the focus of this topic, this presentation tomorrow at the conference, is a behavior that is going to negatively impact the child or the adult's success in a certain environment. So it might get in the way in a school setting, for instance. It might get in the way, in the way of the child paying attention and learning academics. It might get in the way of his or her ability to engage socially. It might get in the way of just, gosh, even moving through life, you know. And this happens with adults as well as kids. And honestly, it happens with all of us.
We get stuck.
We get stuck, yeah. We get stuck.
And why do we get stuck? I mean, are we afraid to move on? What's the psychology behind it?
You know, we get stuck for a variety of reasons, but if I were going to sum it up in one sentence, which you would probably like me to do,
No, you got a few minutes.
I would say that we get stuck because we just don't know what our options are.
Oh.
We just can't figure out our options. And that's really, really true for kids and adults with neurologically based disorders, especially autism. They just don't understand what option can be used at that time. So the person resorts to what's in their repertoire, and often it's a behavior that's negative, that doesn't fit in, you know, with what's going on around them. And I'd like to just say at this point, because I really want to share above all things, I just want to share this, my heart for this and God's heart for this. You know, God, we judge by the outward appearance, God judges by the heart. Mm-hmm. And that's so important when we're looking at kids or adults that are exhibiting challenging behaviors. I know I'm getting off a little bit, but I just want to bunny trail to this. Because it's not a matter of, oh, this kid is doing this thing wrong and this thing wrong and this thing wrong. We have to corral them. We have to make them behave. We really need to see what's going on inside. You know, what is the heart? What's the intent? And one of the main things that I do when I work with kids, and I'll be sharing this tomorrow at the conference, a Family Life Conference, is to find out what that behavior is saying. Behaviors are communication. They are saying something. And when you can't say something, well, first of all, if your behavior says something when you don't have words for it or other strategies, and you have success, you continue the behavior. If I hit you and push you away because I can't say, Perry, you're getting too close, step back, and that behavior works, I might continue that behavior. Yeah. You know, when we're stuck, we're out of options. We don't know what behavior to use, and all of us experience this. You know, you could be in a discussion with a coworker or a spouse, and they're just not getting what you're saying. They are not seeing into you. They're not understanding your heart, and you would never do this, but some people might turn away and walk away. And it's an inappropriate behavior, but what it does effectively is it cuts the communication. It says, I'm frustrated, I'm done with you. You know, so we do have varieties of techniques we use that aren't necessarily appropriate when we're stuck.
All right, before we get too far, Debbie, the parenting conference is tomorrow. Where and when?
The parenting conference is at Cascade Christian High School, and check-in registration is at 1:30. Okay. The workshops, there are 2 workshops, and they are breakout workshops, so you can pick what you want. I have a list of them if you want. Workshop number 1 is from 2 to 3, and workshop number 2 is 3:30 to 4:30.
Okay, so check it out at Cascade Christian High School. You say ADHD and other attention span type issues. It seems to me it's on the rise, and I'm wondering if the culture and even all of these digital devices that we have in our life are contributors to it. And the reason I bring that up is we track it here as to time spent listening and viewing in media,
right.
And we're seeing it just shrink like crazy.
Right.
Are those contributors?
You know, I have some of my own thoughts about that, and I don't know that there's a definite answer for it. I know that in part we believe we're seeing a rise in some of the neurologically based disorders. In part there is better diagnostics. In part I think that we sometimes kind of glom everybody into that area that now the big deal is, and now we're going to put everyone under that category. I say that gently because I don't want to make that judgment that people are doing that. I also am concerned about the electronics, to be honest. Not only the electronics themselves, but what it says for how we are interacting in society. You know, and I see this all the time. I'm at the playground, there's a mom pushing her kid on the swing, and she's talking on the phone.
Yeah.
So what happened to that opportunity for that social interaction and that language modeling? You know, we, faster, up, down, back, forth, you know, all the interaction that would take place. Kids are on their electronics instead of being outside playing. You know, there was an ad on TV to encourage people to get outside and play one hour a day.
Right. Yeah, right.
I thought that was so funny. So I think it's a combination, personally, that's what I think.
ADHD being what it is, difficult to deal with, but obviously you're successful at it. You help people through it.
Praise the Lord.
That's wonderful.
I hope so.
Let me again say to our viewers and listeners, behavior.communicationssupports.com is Debbie's website. And if you're interested in the parenting conference, which is tomorrow there at Cascade, I guess they call the school, get the data for that, right?
Well, there's an online, let me see.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. There's an online registration, www.familytoolsforlife.org, but they can also show up.
Okay. Oh, you can?
Yes, there's plenty of room, so walk-ins are definitely acceptable.
All right, it starts tomorrow at 1:30, and again, you can go to familytoolsforlife.org and connect there. I can't say enough about this because these things really do happen. They really are there, and we do. I don't know if we learn from our behaviors. We seem to get stuck in them. You know.
Hopefully we learn.
Hopefully we learn. Okay.
Get new tools.
Well, thanks for being with us. And again, I just want to say, check it out. There it is, familytoolsforlife.org. And then tomorrow's the conference at Cascade Christian High School. And you can show up or go there. And then Debbie's website is behavior-communicationsupports.com. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
Good to see you. We'll be right back.